Hello everybody and welcome to Clickandsellphotography, and today we are going to basically show you guys how I edit this beautiful photo in Vermilion Lake in Banff. And with that you'll get the tips and tricks of how to do it, and you guys will also be able to get the raw files. So just click down here for the raw files, that way you can edit along, and then you can also click up here to get the news feeds and newsletters of what I'm doing and what's happening. So yeah, so I hope you guys like this new tutorial, and see you guys in a bit. Alright, welcome back everybody. So this is the latest photo shoot I did of a landscape in Vermilion Lake in Banff, and I'm just going to show you guys the before and after photos. So the before and the after photo. So let's get started. So with every photo I usually like to do, I like to bring down the highlights, I like to bring up the shadows. We could bring up a little bit of contrast, just a little bit, probably like around there. I don't think I'm gonna do the whites and the blacks because I feel like it's gonna be overblown. You can kind of see it right there, and if I hit Alt left click, you can see it's a little bit overblown. And then with the blacks, you can see this side right here, there's some spots. So I'm just gonna leave that. I'm gonna bring up the clarity to maybe about like 86, and to bring the vibrance around 60. I'm just gonna try something really risky, and I really want the colors to pop up, and I'm just gonna change the temperature. Let's see, I feel like this feels a little bit more natural, but I'm gonna go right here, a little bit more of a cooler type of look, and a little bit of a feel. So I noticed there's something right here. It feels like a cloud. It could be, but it feels like it doesn't belong there. It could also be some dirt on the lens. So I'm just gonna click this on the spot removal tool, and then click that, and that will remove it. Make sure you click heal, and then that's good. And then we're gonna go down, and then saturation, you guys can play around with this if you want, but you can of course like make it whichever color you feel like, you know, to add more saturation or reduce it, you know, like it depends on like your type of feel. Like say like you don't like the pink too much, you could just tone it down a little bit, that way it feels a little bit more natural. Or right here, it feels, I like a little bit of magenta and a little bit of purple, so I'm probably gonna just keep it like that. And then we're gonna go down here onto the details and the sharpening tool. So what I usually like to do is go to the farthest point, bring up my noise reduction to maybe about 26. I don't like to see too many pixels on the image, and I'm going to bring this up and this up. And then before I'm happy with it, before I'm satisfied with it, I just go turn it off and on. You can see most of it's pretty much gone, but I feel like I have to take down the sharpening a little bit, and then bring this up a little bit, because I can see there's a little bit of pixels, but that should be a lot better now. You can see there's a lot of pixels in the clouds. So what I'm gonna do is that before I get there, I'm gonna finish clicking on these chromatic aberration and lens correction. If you didn't see what happened, it's just basically kind of like unwarps it and makes it more of a flat image. And then do current strength crop like so. I'm gonna crop this accordingly. I usually like to have my corners into something kind of like where it's gonna take your eyes to it. So usually it's the four corners, so probably try to get the mountains, but you guys can choose whichever way you want to go about it. You can probably go up here, that way you get more of this area, you know. So let's just go with that. So we got that, pretty much everything done there. And then one new thing I'm going to use is the gradually filter. I'm going to bring this down. You can kind of see how it's lighting everything up, so I'm gonna just take that off. I'm gonna put noise reduction. I want the clouds to feel silky, and I'm gonna do the same on this side as well. So I'll just go over here and then show you the before and after. So before, you can see it's a little bit pixelated, and then after, a lot better. So it reduced it quite a bit, so that way the clouds feel a little bit more silky. And if you really wanted to get more of it like in the corners, you can, you know, and kind of go like this. This is the filter that I like to use too. So let's go, and you can do this and then kind of have this in spots where you can't get it with the gradually filter. So just hit Control Alt and then left click, and then you can just make copies of these and place them all over the place, you know, to give it more of a silky kind of feel. So yeah, and then I'll just show you guys. Let's see, just go here, and then yeah, it makes this clouds a lot more silky looking. So yeah, so that's something to keep in mind also when you're doing landscapes, is that like I like to make the landscapes feel like a little bit more smoothly, like the clouds to be a lot more silky and more of a nice type of feel to it. So there's that, and then I believe that's pretty much it. You guys can go down to effects area, and then you know you can change the amount of vignetting. I kind of like vignetting a little bit in some of my images. I'll probably go with this amount, probably 10, you know, because it kind of will draw you in more into the center. And then after that, you just hit Control Shift E, a shortcut just to save folders, some of your files, and then you guys can choose what you want to do. So this is for like my typical posting online, have the trademarks and like the height as well. So this is for a low res, this is for high res, this is more of like the raw file, which will probably be around like 20 megabytes. This will probably be maybe 1 megabyte. So and then also have the quantity to 100%, because that is very important to having a sharp image, because if you go less than that, and then you're gonna have your photos becoming more pixelated and you won't be able to have like the sharpness that you need for your photos. So then after that, you guys can export it, and then voila, that's pretty much it. So there you guys go. And if you guys have any questions or comments of what you would like to see next in the next tutorial, feel free to let me know. And till then, I'll see you guys in the next video, and happy shooting.